The continuation of the previous chapter unfolds with high tension and a sense of urgency. The scene starts with a dramatic crash as Jinmu and Chungwoo find themselves in a precarious situation. Jinmu, with a stern and determined look, swiftly turns to face the commotion. His eyes widen with surprise and concern as he notices the Wudang sect master, Myungshun, along with several elders approaching with serious expressions. The sect master, his face a mix of disappointment and anger, demands to know what Jinmu has done. Jinmu's internal thoughts reveal his anxiety. Why are they here now? What do they want? Chungwoo, standing next to Jinmu, looks equally alarmed. I did not intend for any harm. My actions were meant to protect and strengthen our sect. One of the masters says, "We can smell the meat cooking from down the mountain. Are you taking advantage of your master's illness to break the rules? I cannot forgive you for this," the master screams with a furious voice. As Jinmu is scared, the masters go inside the room and find the pile of meat bones and Grandmaster Myungjin munching on them. Jinmu curses his situation and says, "I can't let something like this get in the way of me becoming a master disciple. Let me beg for forgiveness." Jinmu bends on his knees and asks for forgiveness, but the sect leader shouts for him to keep quiet. One of the leaders, infuriated, demands an explanation. Grandmaster Myungjin says, "I didn't commit any crime." Everyone in the room, including Jinmu and his friend, is utterly shocked. They didn't expect that question from the Grandmaster himself. Despite everyone's anger and shock, the Grandmaster remains calm and asks Jinmu, "Why are you kneeling as if you committed a crime? Stand up." The Grandmaster stands and addresses the elders, asking them, "How do I look right now?" All the elders are shocked to see him standing, as they didn't expect him to have this much energy. "When I lost my powers and was confined to my bed after fighting that evil man, do you know how I felt? Every one of our allies and disciples died and betrayed us when we were down. Did we even try to get revenge?" All the elders look down, ashamed and unable to meet the Grandmaster's eyes. No one helped the Wudang sect, and now they are forgotten, continually getting weaker. He continues, "When we were powerful, everyone wanted to help, but they ignored us the second we were weakened. That is what Murim is like. Even if they call themselves chivalrous, that's the cold, hard truth." Jinmu is surprised to hear such a debate from the Grand Master and thinks to himself, "You are good, Master. This might work. Come on, hurry up. You know I'm innocent," and smirks with an evil laugh. The Grand Master Myungjin continues, "When Jinmu first suggested I eat meat, I was surprised, but he insisted, 'Eat this and get your energy back, because I cannot live without him.' That's why I ate it, and it gave me strength. Recently, I was able to walk around in the mountains." The elder is shocked to hear this and thinks, he was bedridden for 10 years, and now he went for a walk. He's regained that much? The Grandmaster yells with passion, "Senior brother, do you truly not understand? While we were abstaining from everything, we have done nothing but get weaker. If the Wudang sect becomes nothing but ruins, what use are the 10 Commandments?" One of the elders shouts, "Stop! I shall handle this myself. The rest of you, please leave. I will talk to Myungjin alone." As the remaining elders object, the elder gets angry and shouts, "Don't make me repeat myself." Now the elders, scared, decide to leave the sect for now. We now see Jinmu and Myungjin giving a send-off to the elders as they descend the sect. Judging by the elders' looks, we can see that they are upset and infuriated. In the next scene, Chungwoo asks Jinmu, "Master Uncle, what do we do now?" with a concerned face. Jinmu is clueless and doesn't know what to do. It's just eating meat. Why do they make a big deal out of it? He wonders. He then thinks, are my chances of becoming a master apprentice ruined? The next day, Jinmu is invited to the sect leaders' meeting and is standing among them. Jinmu convinces himself, it's fine, it's just eating meat. The punishment can't be that bad, right? Now the elder addresses Jinmu. You have committed 3 crimes. Jinmu is shocked and doesn't understand why it's 3 mistakes. With this, the chapter 7 comes to an end. Let's see what the 3 crimes our hero has committed according to the elders in the next chapter. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for more updates and content. The chapter opens in the Grand Hall of the Violet Cloud Temple, a space filled with the high-ranking elders of the Wudang sect. The atmosphere is tense, laden with anticipation and the weight of impending judgment. The sect master, Myung-chun, sits at the head of the gathering, his presence commanding respect and attention. His gaze is fixed on Jinmu, who stands before him, ready to face the charges against him. The sect master begins the proceedings with a commanding voice. Jinmu, listen. His words reverberate through the hall, heightening the gravity of the situation. Jinmu, feeling the weight of the moment, stands tall, prepared to defend his actions. Myung-chun starts listing the accusations against Jinmu. First, even if it was for your mentor, you breached one of the 10 commandments of our sect, he states, his tone sharp and unforgiving. The elders, including Elder Wang and Elder Park, murmur among themselves, their expressions a mix of concern and disapproval. He continues, second, you are accused of modifying martial arts techniques without authorization. The sect master's voice grows harsher. Third, you have defied the sect's rules, shown disrespect to your superiors, and injured your own kind. The severity of the situation is clear to everyone present. The master asks, do you agree with these accusations? Jinmu responds with a silent yes, wondering what kind of punishment awaits him. Should he just turn the whole place upside down if he's not satisfied with their decision? He thinks with a frustrated expression. The master then announces, I shall now punish you for your 3 crimes. For the next month, you will restore the Pond of Peace. Jinmu is happy to hear this, considering it a light punishment. The elders are shocked by the leniency, believing he should be imprisoned instead. One elder voices his frustration. Sect master, what are you saying? He deserves to be imprisoned for what he did. This punishment is too easy on him. Other elders agree. That's right. To forgive him for breaking one of the 10 commandments, sect master, please reconsider. Seeing the dissent, Jinmu looks back at everyone with a mix of shock and anger. The sect master silences the room, saying, don't attempt to undermine my authority as the sect master. I don't want to hear any more. Jinmu may leave now. Jinmu bows to the elder and takes his leave. The other elders, unhappy with the decision, begin to shiver with anger and contempt. One elder, the Purification Palace Master, speaks up. Sect Master, may I speak? Is this decision because of the effect that meat has had on the Grand Master's health? As a medical professional, I've known for a long time that in order for him to recover, he would need to eat meat. Hearing this, the Sect Master explains, that's not the only reason I allowed him to eat meat. The revelation shocks the other elders. The scene shifts to Jinmu and Chungwoo standing by a tranquil pond, the serene setting contrasting with the earlier tension. Jinmu looks out over the water, his mind filled with thoughts of the challenges ahead. Chungwoo, ever the enthusiastic one, exclaims, Master Uncle, those elders are really strict, aren't they? His face shows a mix of curiosity and concern. Jinmu thinks, it's been 10 years since the war, and they haven't fixed it. What have they been doing all these years? This place is very sacred to the sect. There isn't even a guard here. Chungwoo interrupts Jinmu's thoughts, asking, Master, this is weird. At the first class disciples' morning meeting to discuss what to do for the day, I heard them saying they would send more people over, but why is no one here except us? Jinmu responds, I think they are jealous of us. Most of the other apprentices are from good families. Having nobody like me placed in the same classes as them hurts their pride. They are trying to ostracize me. Just wait until I become a master disciple. I'll kick their asses, he says with burning intent. Seeing Jinmu's determination scares Chungwoo, who asks, what's with your killing intent? Are you going to kill them? The scene shifts to Seren's place, where Jinmu and Chungwoo start eating several types of meat every day, enjoying themselves to the fullest. After 3 days, Chungwoo worries about not making any progress in cleaning the pond. Is this really okay? He asks. Jinmu responds, of course it is. Don't you trust me? The fact that they gave us a month to fix this place means they want us to take it easy. The next morning, Jinmu relaxes by the pond, thinking, why is Chungwoo late today? Is he sleeping? Just then, he sees Chungwoo running towards him, chased by someone. Jinmu is shocked, wondering, who is this new guy? Chungwoo introduces the newcomer. This is senior brother Chungsang. Jinmu thinks to himself, he's very handsome and tall, but he doesn't look like he wants to be friends with Chungwoo. Chungwoo explains, he asked me to explain something, but I couldn't do it well, so I brought him here. Jinmu asks, what exactly did he ask about? Chungwoo responds, the things I've learned from you. I can do them, but I can't explain how. I can only show them with my moves. Jinmu and Chungsang glare at each other, and Jinmu thinks, what is this guy after? Is he really after me? Why does he want to learn from me? The scene shifts back to the discussion between the elders. The sect master declares, the Wudang sect needs to change. Another elder adds, I still can't believe Jinmu didn't learn techniques directly from his grandmaster. He just listened to his teachings, discovered their weaknesses, and modified them to his needs. For him to have come this far, he has a gift from the heavens. The grandmaster reflects. What if the rules we've been putting on students have crippled their wings before they truly learn to fly? He decides to change everything, starting with allowing meat in the diet, wondering if this change will bring good. The chapter ends with Jinmu staring at Chungsang by the pond, his mind filled with questions and a burning resolve. The new chapter opens with Jinmu standing by the tranquil pond, contemplating the recent events. He is joined by Chungwoo and the newly introduced senior brother, Chungsang. Chungwoo, ever the enthusiastic one, tries to break the ice by formally introducing Chungsang. Senior brother Chungsang is a legendary martial artist in the entire Cloud Sky sect, he exclaims, his eyes sparkling with admiration. He's one of the few chosen to master the sword technique. Chungsang, proud of himself, listens to the praises from the junior chubby cheeks. Jinmu's expression hardens, his competitive spirit ignited. So this guy thinks he's hot stuff, huh? He muses internally. Not really sure who you are, but let me put your smug face into the ground. He thinks with determination. Chungsang, however, doesn't appear interested in pleasantries. His demeanor is distant and aloof, further irritating Jinmu. Chungwoo attempts to diffuse the tension by explaining, Senior brother Chungsang doesn't really teach. It's probably because of where he came from. But his attempt falls flat. Chungsang's stern reply, I don't need help from anybody about where I'm from, leaves Chungwoo apologizing profusely. Jinmu observes the exchange and thinks, for a guy with such raw talent, he's sure isolated from the others. This realization brings Jinmu to a sudden determination. Those damn Wudang sect relationships. If I don't like it, I'll just change it. Jinmu then commands Chungwoo, get rid of that rock. We need to restore the pond of peace, right? Chungwoo looks at the massive boulder in disbelief, exclaiming, Master Uncle, that's not a rock, it's a boulder. It's impossible to move. Jinmu, unperturbed, retorts, do it. In order to move a boulder that tall, you need to have at least 10 years of internal energy or more strength. Despite his doubts, Chungwoo gives it his all but fails. Jinmu watches intently, assessing Chungwoo's efforts. Chungsang, observing from a distance, thinks to himself, what now? He is curious about Jinmu's approach, recognizing that Jinmu's methods are unconventional but effective. Seeing Chungwoo struggle, Jinmu decides to intervene. He steps closer and begins to teach Chungwoo the proper technique to lift the boulder, guiding him step by step. Lower your posture, point your feet inward, touch the rock with your knees, and lift it. Jinmu's voice is calm but firm, his instructions clear and precise. Chungwoo follows Jinmu's instructions, his movements initially shaky but gradually more confident. To everyone's amazement, he successfully lifts the boulder and throws it into the pond with a triumphant splash. The water ripples outward, a symbol of their collective effort and determination. Both of them are shocked, their stern expressions softening into ones of disbelief. There's no way. He's able to lift that boulder by changing his posture? Maybe I bet you're trying to figure out what just happened? Jinmu smirks, his eyes gleaming with satisfaction. When I touched his back, I channeled some energy, he reveals, his voice tinged with pride, but he doesn't want to reveal that trick to anyone. Jinmu and Chungwoo celebrate the accomplishment, their bond strengthening through shared triumph. We did it, Chungwoo exclaims, his face glowing with happiness. But their victory is short-lived as they know more challenges await. Jinmu's mind is already racing ahead, thinking about the next steps. He declares, Chungsang, just you wait. You're going to be punished a lot more. His words are filled with a mix of determination and a hint of dark humor, foreshadowing the trials to come. As Jinmu and Chungwoo engage in lighthearted banter, Chungwoo marvels at the deliciousness of the food, unable to resist its tempting aroma. Jinmu, always quick to capitalize on an opportunity, taunts Chungwoo with the prospect of becoming stronger by eating meat. Despite Chungwoo's initial hesitation, the thought of gaining strength outweighs his reservations. Jinmu slyly turns to Chunsang, offering him a piece of meat. His actions are bold, a direct challenge to the traditionalist stance of their sect. Chunsang, who has always followed the sect's commandments, finds himself at a crossroads. Jinmu's nonchalant behavior and enticing words make him question his own convictions. Chunsang, however, denies the request despite Jinmu's insistence that eating meat will make him even stronger than before. His resolve remains firm, despite the growing temptation. The scene shifts to a gathering of the sect's elders, who discuss the recent changes and their implications. The elders are divided. Some view these changes as necessary progress, while others see them as the beginning of corruption. An elder, with a solemn expression, reflects on the weight of their decisions. The introduction of meat into their diet is just the start, he fears. He imagines a future where more commandments are abolished, leading to further moral decay. The imagery of a once pure sect indulging in worldly pleasures such as alcohol and women troubles him deeply. His words echo the fears of those who resist change, clinging to the old ways in hopes of preserving their sect's purity. Jinmu, feeling the momentum of his small victory, resolves to push further. He envisions a grand plan to reshape the Wudang sect and, eventually, all of the orthodox sects. His mind races with possibilities as he contemplates the power he could wield. Determined to implement his vision, Jinmu knows he needs loyal followers. He looks at Chungwoo, seeing potential in him, despite his current naivety. Jinmu decides that by grooming Chungwoo and others like him, he can build a foundation of loyalists who will help him realize his ambitious goals. Jinmu asks Chunsang, "Why not duel with our chubby cheeks?" Chungwoo, visibly nervous and filled with doubt, exclaims, "Wait, there's no way, Brother Chunsang is way too powerful for me." His voice quivers with fear as he faces the prospect of battling Chunsang, a seasoned warrior known for his mastery of the evasive cloud sword art. Chunsang stands tall, exuding confidence and skill. His calm demeanor contrasts sharply with Chungwoo's panic. Jinmu, ever the strategist, steps in to reassure Chungwoo. With a knowing smile and a confident tone, he declares, "Chungwoo, you'll win." His words are firm and filled with conviction, aimed at boosting Chungwoo's morale. Chunsang, with a stern expression, watches the exchange. His face reveals a hint of curiosity mixed with skepticism. He wonders what Jinmu's true intentions are and why he is so confident in Chungwoo's abilities. Chunsang's smirk deepens, and he thinks to himself, the lowest of all the Chungs, Chungwoo, who just started getting used to the techniques, will win against me, who has already mastered the charged sword. His confidence is palpable, but there's an underlying tension. Chunsang, noticing the confidence in Jinmu's demeanor, prepares himself. His focus sharpens, knowing that he must not underestimate his opponent. The scene is set for a confrontation that will test not only their martial skills, but also their mental fortitude. Chunsang says that he's capable of creating the chi sword, and it's very difficult to fight him since Chungwoo cannot wield a sword. It will practically be a sword versus fist fight. "Do you still want me to fight him knowing all these? Do I look like a joke to you?" he asks, his voice laced with contempt. To this, Jinmu thinks, Chunsang knows that he's a bit better than others, but he's stuck at the bottom of the rope and not growing any further. He responds aloud, "Yes, you look like a joke to me," his voice calm but with an edge that cuts through the air. The chapter ends with our chubby cheeks feeling sad and depressed about the duel that's going to take place, leaving the readers in suspense about the outcome of the impending clash.